Good evening aspirants, welcome to Daily News Analysis brought to you by Shankar IAS Academy. Today's date is 27th June 2024. Displayed here are the list of topics we're going to see today. Now let us get into the discussion. Look at this article. Yesterday the Assam Rifles carried out a large-scale joint operation in Jiribam district of Manipur. This operation was in response to the recent surge in ethnic violence in the area. So this is the news given here. In our discussion, we shall learn about Assam Rifles. Assam Rifles is one of the oldest paramilitary forces in India with a rich history and significant role in maintaining internal security, especially in northeastern region. The Assam Rifles, one of the central armed police forces, is a leading counter-insurgency force in the northeast. Now let us see the historical background of this Assam Rifles. Assam Rifles was established in 1835 and it was established under the name Chachar Levy. It was raised by British as a militia to protect settlements from tribal raids and other threats. Over the years, it underwent several name changes and finally becoming Assam Rifles in 1917. So it was originally established in 1835. Please note that. Now let us see the structure and organization of Assam Rifles. The headquarters of Assam Rifles is located in Shillong in Meghalaya. It is under the administrative control of Ministry of Home Affairs, but the operational control lies with the Indian Army. An officer of Indian Army usually serves as Director General of Assam Rifles. So here you have to note that the administrative control lies with Ministry of Home Affairs and operational control lies with Indian Army. Now let us see the roles and responsibilities of Assam Rifles. The primary responsibility is to maintain law and order in northeastern states of India. It plays a crucial role in counter-insurgency operation in the region and also assists the Indian Army in guarding the Indo-Myanmar border. Additionally, the Assam Rifles provides the aid during national disasters. It also conducts relief operations and engages in civic action programs for the local population. So these are the roles and responsibilities of Assam Rifles. Now let us see the important operations and achievements of Assam Rifles. They participated in both World War I and World War II, and in post-independence, Assam Rifles has played a significant role in various operations including counter-insurgency operations in Nagaland, Manipur and Mizoram. Assam Rifles is continually upgrading its equipment and tactics to tackle the evolving internal security challenges. It is equipped with modern firearms, communication systems and other advanced military gear. But there are some challenges still persist in the Assam Rifles operations. They face constant threats of insurgency in northeastern region and deals with a difficult and rugged terrain that poses logistical challenges. So the effective coordination with Indian Army and other paramilitary forces is essential for proper functioning of Assam Rifles. So the Assam Rifles is a key player in maintaining the stability in northeastern region, which is strategically important for India. It also enjoys significant trust and support from the local population due to its dedicated service and civic action programs. So these are some basics about Assam Rifles. With this, let us conclude the discussion and move to the next topic. Now look at this article. It talks about a recently held session of 18th Lok Sabha where there has been a strong opposition and disrupting in the assembly when the newly elected speaker stated about 1975 emergency. So in this backdrop, let us learn about emergency provisions and about 1975 emergency in the prelims exam perspective. Let us start with some background studies about 1975 emergency in India. See, the emergency in India from the period of 1975 to 1977 was a significant period which is marked by suspension of democratic process in India. It was declared by then Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, on June 25, 1975. It is declared based on the internal disturbances in India. This decision followed the Ahmedabad High Court verdict invalidating her election on the charges of electoral malpractice. As a consequence, 44th Amendment Act of 1978 was passed to prevent the misuse. So this Amendment Act required a written recommendation from the Cabinet for declaring an emergency. It also limited the duration of emergency and safeguarded the fundamental rights during emergency. Now let us see about the emergency provisions of India. First is about Article 352, which is national emergency. It can be declared due to war, external aggression or armed rebellion. It must be approved by both houses of parliament within 1 month. It can also be extended indefinitely with parliamentary approval for every 6 months. It should be noted that the fundamental rights can be suspended and the centre can override the state laws. Next is the President's Rule, which is also called State Emergency in Article 356. It can be declared if a state government is unable to function according to the Constitution. It must be approved by both houses of parliament within the 2 months, and it can also be extended for up to 3 years with a parliamentary approval for every 6 months. So here note that the parliament has to approve this emergency for every 6 months and it can be extended only up to 3 years. The state legislature is dissolved or suspended and the central government takes over the state administration during this type of emergency. Now coming to the next type of emergency, which is financial emergency mentioned in Article 360. It can be declared if the financial stability or credit of India or any part of India is threatened. It must be approved by both houses of parliament within 2 months and know that it remains in force until revoked by the president. The salaries of government officials, including judges, can be reduced and all the money bills passed by state legislatures are subject to president's approval. So here the important point is all the money bills of the state legislature has to get the president approval mandatorily. So this is about the 3 types of emergencies mentioned in the constitution. Now going ahead, let us see the powers of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha with respect to emergency. See, Lok Sabha can disapprove or revoke a national emergency with a simple majority. If the Lok Sabha passes a resolution disapproving the continuation of emergency, it must be revoked. Whereas the Rajya Sabha can approve the emergency declaration, but the primary power to revoke lies with the Lok Sabha. So with respect to revoking an emergency, the Lok Sabha has more powers. So these are the important points to note about the emergency provisions of India. With this, let us conclude the discussion. Let us move to the next news article discussion. Look at this article. It talks about the importance about research and dating experiment on rocks to understand the India's geological heritage. In this backdrop, let us learn about the geographical heritage sites from prelims exam perspective. Now, what are geographical heritage sites? Geo-Heritage refers to the sites or areas with a significant scientific, educational, cultural or aesthetic value due to their geological features. These sites may have unique rock formation, fossils or landscapes that are important for education, research and cultural significance. They can also contribute to local and regional economies as tourist destinations. Geological Survey of India declares Geo-Heritage site for its protection and maintenance. Also know that Geological Survey of India is a scientific agency which was founded in 1851 to find coal deposits for railways. The GSI is headquartered in Kolkata and is an attached office for Ministry of Mines. The main functions include creating and updating national geoscientific information and assessing mineral resources. Displayed here are the list of sites that has been declared as Geo-Heritage sites, so please go through it. Now let us see some of the important sites in brief. First is Lonar crater in Maharashtra. It is a saline lake located in Maharashtra formed by meteorite impact during Pleistocene epoch. Next is St. Mary's Island in Karnataka. It is famous for basaltic lava formations and these islands are present on the coast of Karnataka. Next is Amarnath cave in Jammu and Kashmir. It is geologically notable for its stalagmite formation of ice which resembles Shivlinga. Next is Pandavla Gutta in Telangana. It is rich in terms of rock shelters and habitation from Mesolithic period. Another important site is Ramgarh crater in Rajasthan. It is formed around 165 million years ago due to a meteorite impact. So these are some of the important geoheritage sites in India. With this, let us conclude the discussion and move to the next topic. Now look at this article. India's installed rooftop solar capacity increased by 2.99 gigawatt in 2024. So the total rooftop solar capacity is 11.87 gigawatt. The Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission, which was launched in 2010, initially aimed for 20 gigawatt of solar energy by 2022 and it is later revised to 100 gigawatt. Moreover, the Pradhan Mantri Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana aims to provide 1 crore household with RTS system. So these are the important points from the article. In our discussion, let us see about the contribution of each renewable energy sources for our prelims exam. India is the third largest energy consuming country in the world. To balance energy needs with environmental sustainability, India took steps to increase the energy supply from renewable side. As a result, it stands fourth globally in renewable energy installed capacity and fourth in the wind power capacity and fifth in the solar power capacity. Moreover, the country has set an enhanced target at COP26 for 500 gigawatt non-fossil fuel based energy by 2030. To further increase the production, India permitted up to 100% of FDI for renewable energy generation. Now let us see the contribution of various renewable energy sectors for India's energy mix. So note these renewable energy sources and their contributions for India's energy mix. Among the states, in terms of solar capacity, Rajasthan is at the top. Gujarat is in the second position. Moreover, with the rooftop solar capacity, Gujarat tops the list, followed by Maharashtra. In terms of wind power, Tamil Nadu is a leader in the wind energy production in India with a significant capacity in areas like Coimbatore and Tirunelveli. Muppandal in Kanyakumari district is the largest wind farm in Tamil Nadu. Now let us see about some government initiatives with regard to renewable energy production. The schemes like National Green Hydrogen Mission, Strategic Interventions for Green Hydrogen Transition, Production Linked Incentive Scheme for High Efficiency Solar PV Modules, FAME Scheme, Development of Solar Parks and Ultra Mega Solar Power Projects are some of the important schemes for India's renewable energy progress. So this is all regarding the discussion. Now let us move to the next topic. Now look at this science page article. This article highlights how India is using advanced genomic technologies and multi-omics approach to improve the diagnosis and treatment of disease. It also says researchers are building comprehensive data sets using artificial intelligence and machine learning to analyze genetic information and combining it with the data on proteins, gene expression and chemical changes in genes, precise and personalized medical treatments. So in this context, let us break down this article and understand some of the initiatives mentioned here. Before we start the discussion, first let us know what is multi-omics approach. See, a multi-omics approach means looking at different types of biological data together like genes, proteins and other cell components to better understand and treat diseases. By combining these data sets, scientists can get more complete picture of how disease work and find better ways to diagnose and treat them. So this is about multi-omics approach. Now coming to the initiatives. First one is Genome India project. It was initiated in 2020 to sequence and analyze the genomes of diverse Indian populations. Second one is Indigen project. Under this project, the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR, sequenced the genomes of 1008 individuals from diverse ethnic groups. It was also started in 2020. Now let us see some disease-specific initiatives. First one is about tuberculosis. There is an initiative called Indian Tuberculosis Genomic Surveillance Consortium. It aims to sequence 32,000 TB clinical strains to develop a central repository of TB strains in India. The project will map the genetic diversity of TB bacteria and correlate mutations with drug resistance, leading to improved treatment methods. Second one is about the rare genetic disorders. And there is also another initiative regarding cancer. This project is named as Indian Cancer Genome Consortium. And the last one is about antimicrobial resistance. So far we have discussed what is multi-omics approach and different initiatives of India under this approach. So with this understanding, now let us move to the next topic. Look at this article. 2024 general election in India resulted in largest ever opposition in Lok Sabha with over 234 seats, leading to renewed discussions about the leader of opposition. Historically, leader of opposition was not recognized due to a rule requiring a party to have at least 10% of house members. The 1977 Act defined LOP, that is Leader of Opposition, which underscores the importance in politics and administration. So this is the crux of the editorial given here. In our discussion, we can discuss about the importance of the role of Leader of Opposition using a mains answer writing approach. First look at the syllabus. This topic will come under GS paper 2. Now look at the mains question for today. Analyze the importance of opposition leader in India's parliamentary system. See, this question asks us about the importance of having an opposition leader in a democracy. Here in this article, we need to analyze the statements with some facts and data. Now let us start with the introduction. In any vibrant democracy, the opposition plays a crucial role in ensuring the accountability of the government, because the opposition plays as a watchdog, ensuring the checks and balances of governmental powers. Moreover, the opposition should also play a vital role in voicing out the diverse opinions, representing various sections of society and saving the credibility of various institutions. In India, the position of Leader of Opposition was officially described in Salaries and Allowances of Leader of Opposition in Parliament Act 1977. It defines Leader of Opposition as a prominent political figure who leads the largest opposition party in either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. So in this way, you can structure your introduction about general points about Leader of Opposition. Now let us see the main body of the answer. Here we have to analyze the importance of having a Leader of Opposition. See, in the past 2 Lok Sabhas, we didn't have an officially recognized Leader of Opposition due to shortage of numbers in Lok Sabha. This has led to various implications in political administration, which underscores the importance of Leader of Opposition. Now let us see the importance of having a LOP, that is Leader of Opposition. See, LOP plays a crucial role in parliamentary system by providing practical criticism and scrutiny of ruling parties. Moreover, he can effectively demand the legislations to be referred to the parliamentary committee, thereby stopping the hasty legislation. Secondly, by the virtue of his position, he is present in various selection committees for appointing various institutions like Central Vigilance Commission, CBI Chief, Lokpal, etc. By doing so, they can ensure the credibility of these institutions. Thirdly, the leader of opposition is essential for showing the bipartisanship of parliament. Note that the active engagement of opposition will lead to showcase the strength of nation. For example, in 1994, the then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao sent the opposition leader Vajpayee to Geneva Summit on Kashmir, which increased our clout in world arena. On continue our discussion, see, during national crisis or emergencies, the leader of opposition can offer alternative strategies and solutions to the government, contributing to more comprehensive response from the government. This is because mostly LOP would be already served as PM and may occupy it in the future. So it is in the best interest of nation to have his consultation. Fifthly, regarding liberty and right of the people. An LOP does this by raising questions, perceptions inside the legislature or filing a case in the judiciary. For example, opposition member Brinda Karat filed the petition in Supreme Court against the demolition drive of Delhi Municipal Corporation to protect the right to life of citizens. So in this way, we can give examples for the importance of leader of opposition in parliament. This can be the first part of the body of the answer. In the second part, you can talk about the challenges hinging the effectiveness of opposition. Highly fragmented opposition, that is, the opposition parties are divided among several political parties and coalitions which are holding different ideologies and working styles. So this often leads to fragmentation and thus hampering the unity of opposition. In this case, the role of LOP is paramount in bringing them under one roof. Secondly, lacking of common agenda. The opposition today lacks a common agenda or plan to put up against the government. The various regional parties raising reasonable demands for their vested interest and damaging the opposition from inside. So this lack of cohesion prevents the constructive criticisms in parliament. Thirdly, about the involvement of opposition in adverse politics. The opposition sees the government as its adversary and remains involved in unnecessary criticism and do not support even the good policies. Finally, loss of credibility. See, continuous disruptions in parliament proceeds, blind opposition of government and lack of connection to the ground level have led to loss of credibility of opposition party for several decades. So these are some of the criticisms regarding leader of opposition position. So this can be the body part of the answer. Now let us move on to the conclusion part. The leader of opposition in India is indispensable for functioning of balanced and accountable parliamentary system. Through their roles in legislation, scrutiny, representation and crisis management, the leader of opposition ensures that democracy remains dynamic and responsive to the needs of people. So in this way, you can conclude the answer. With this, now we have come to the prelims practice question discussion. Look at the first question. Consider the following statements with reference to national emergency. The rights under Article 19 are automatically suspended when the national emergency is declared on the grounds of war or external aggression. Look at the second statement. The Parliament can suspend the right to move any court for enforcement of all fundamental rights except those under Article 20 and 21. So which of the statements above are correct? According to Article 358, when a proclamation of national emergency is made, the 6 fundamental rights under Article 19 are automatically suspended. No separate order for suspension is required. However, 44th Amendment Act of 1978 laid out that Article 19 can only be suspended when the national emergency is declared on the grounds of war or external aggression and not on the ground of armed rebellion. So the statement 1 is correct. And Article 359 authorizes President to suspend the right to move any court for the enforcement of fundamental rights during national emergency. Again, the 44th Amendment restricted its scope. It mandates that President cannot suspend the right to move to the court for the enforcement of fundamental rights, which is guaranteed by Article 20 and 21. So the statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, the correct answer for this question is option A, 1 only. Now look at the second question. With reference to Assam Rifles, consider the following statements. It is primarily responsible for guarding India's land borders with Pakistan and Bangladesh. Now look at the second statement. It is India's oldest paramilitary force. Now look at the third statement. The administrative control of the force is with Ministry of Home Affairs, but its operational control is with Indian Army, which is under Ministry of Defence. It was involved in Sino-Indian War of 1962. So which of the statements are correct? The correct answer is option D. Only 2, 3, 4 are correct. Now look at the third question. Consider the following statements about Geo-Heritage sites. Archaeological Survey of India is a parent body which is making efforts towards identification and protection of geoheritage sites. Look at the second statement. Pandavla Gutta in Telangana and Ramgarh in Rajasthan recently added to UNESCO list of global geoparks. So which of the statements given above are correct? The answer is option D, neither one nor two. The statement 1 is wrong because Geological Survey of India is responsible to identify and protecting the sites and not Archaeological Survey of India. The second statement is also incorrect because there are no Indian sites in UNESCO list of geoparks. So the correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Now look at this MCQ question. With reference to Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency Limited, which of the following statements is correct? It is a public limited government company. It is a non-banking financial company. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. So both options are correct. Now look at this MCQ question. Consider the following statements. In the first Lok Sabha, the single largest party in opposition was the Swatantra Party. In the Lok Sabha, a leader of opposition was recognized for the first time in 1969. In the Lok Sabha, if a party does not have a minimum of 75 members, its leader cannot be recognized as leader of opposition. So which of the statement given above are correct? So the correct answer is option B, 2 only. It is a previous year question. Now we have come to the end of the discussion. If you like the video, please share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to Shankar IAS Academy YouTube channel. Thank you.